सभी लोग हम तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते
नमस्कार
वनकम
నమస్కార
खुशामदीद
సలాం అలైకుం
सत श्री अकाल
మీకు అందరికి వందనములు
जय स्वामी नारायण
जय श्री कृष्ण
जय जिनेन्द्र
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं, या अली मदद
मौला अली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मंदिर को बोलकर नीसा मुला बलजन हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं से फालतू बाबा
and of course myself फालतू रानी लेकर आपके लिए एक और ड्राइव टाइम that's going to make your Thursday totally terrific and totally mastani.
That's right, Balajan. A quick look at what's happening on the roads for you guys and also a little bit about the weather, what's happening in the Bay Area, Balajan.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
That's right, Balajan. 408-912-2479. वैसे तो बताया गया था on the first part, like, on Monday of this particular week, right? We talked about the fact that heat wave is going to come in, right?
Yeah.
It already is in full swing, Balajan. So Bay Area, Northern California, Bay Area is going to experience, I think the heat wave advisory is from 11 a.m. this morning all the way to 9 p.m. So watch out for that. That time, of course, stay cool, stay indoors if possible, because we're going to get somewhere in the highs of mid-90s, Balajan. Yeah? It already is kind of warm because it's now mid-70s right now compared to what it was yesterday. And day before yesterday it was like around 50s, 60s. Remember, Faltuni, I talked about the weather was chill and suddenly becomes hot and everything, right?
Correct.
This could be the unpredictable thing of nature. You know, you never know. The climate change, the way we have abused nature, right? It's going to come back to us to bite us in the backside, I suppose. But anyways, right now, what we already have been bitten right now by coronavirus. In fact, it's so bad that even the traffic was looking kind of clear and everything. But now, seems like people are getting back to work. Because the county realized that they can actually ease off the restrictions because Santa Clara County came into the orange. But many events actually are going to be happening, is what they're saying. A positive note everywhere. But also restaurants, still it's a good thing, but of course restaurants are being asked to open, but they're supposed to work at 25% capacity. What does that mean? It means for us to stay indoor for some more time.
25% capacity or 100, whichever is lower. So if the restaurant only has a capacity of 40 people, then 25% of 40. So think about it, Banjan. How many people can be accommodated in the
10
restaurant?
people?
Yeah.
What does 100 means?
Like if...
if the capacity is like 400 people, then
Yeah.
you can have 100 people seating.
Yeah.
But how many restaurants have 400 capacity for here?
Well, some of the American restaurants, Indian restaurants, nahi, but
Yeah,
you know, you
the
have...
majority of the restaurants I think will have less than 400 capacity. But the thing is, 25% capacity, what I'm trying to say doesn't mean you got to go and right away go and start patronizing the restaurants. No. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to say that, no, please be mindful. If they're saying 20% Falcon, there's a reason behind it, right?
Yeah.
Because many parts of the world, we're going to talk about the news also and how coronavirus is kicking back right now. UK is under trouble. Many places in Middle East right now, not Middle East, in the Far East actually, there actually some news about the coronavirus coming back and everything. We'll talk about that for sure. Like in Filhal, Raste pe hal dekhiye to, of course, there's a little bit of traffic in different places right now. I see that's coming back to BC. That is before COVID. 92 के आसपास में, that's 880, as you know, is the first freeway to actually, suck big time, and that's living up to expectations. No accidents to report in the region, but definitely traffic is there for sure. Near the Oakland area, Hayward area actually, most precisely. There's a report of an accident, actually a disabled vehicle on 580 eastbound exiting at 13 south in Oakland, which is the right lane is blocked over there, causing a little bit of congestion, but not much. But something which really is causing a little bit of a problem over there and on 101 northbound near 280 ramp, that is in San Francisco area, is an accident with injuries. Yeah, so that actually is backing up the almost like two exits ahead. It's kind of backed up all the way there. I hope they find the people who actually are facing a problem. Looking down south 280, a vehicle fire south of Bird Avenue. It is disrupting traffic there because CHP is on the scene. I hope they're able to clear it up and everybody is safe in that region. Watch out, drive very carefully. And yes, Banjam, when I say heat wave, it actually is coupled with, what do you call that? High winds and hot weather. They already have issued a red flag warning to many places in the East Bay and everything for the hills, right, where the hills are, all right? So they actually already put a red flag over there saying that the possibility of fires and everything. So PG&E announced this early part of the week itself saying that they are having some outages in different places because they want to make sure that their equipment don't cause additional harm to the fires and everything. So Watch out for that. That's something you got to keep in mind today. Today, of course, is the day you're going to just stay home, indoors, stay calm, stay cool, right, Faltwani?
Right.
But let's see what's headlines for today. There's a ton of headlines for you guys to share. We don't know if we get to all of them, but if you want to get to all the stories we share with you guys on air, all you can do is go to our news blog, MediaMahima.com, and you can find information there as well. For right now, this is what is passing off as headlines today. This is again headlines for you guys, which is available on MediaMahima.com. Faltwani, what's up?
Gun sales soar amid the pandemic,
What?
social unrest, election fears.
Uh-huh.
Democrats urge early voting, a massive turnout as Trump stokes fears of a contested election. Kamala Harris pauses in-person campaigning after staffer has been diagnosed with COVID-19. Over Democratic objections, the Senate panel sets October 22nd as the date to vote on the Trump court pick Amy Coney Barrett. Things will get worse. London goes into stricter lockdowns after UK records 18,980 new COVID cases and 138 deaths. Thais defy protest ban in tens of thousands in Bangkok. Trump has not spoken with Chinese President Xi Jinping in a while and does not want to, while Xi Jinping made a comment about Chinese troops getting ready for war. Twitter restricts Trump's campaign account from tweeting. Split screen, Trump and Biden are going to be headlining dueling town halls tonight. Trump would go higher than $1.8 trillion, according to news reports, on the latest coronavirus stimulus deal.
So more money for his cronies.
Hopefully. Cronies?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not going to come to the common man. No, I don't think so. Even the last stimulus, what he gave was for his own friends and family.
Right. Well, a judge says absentee ballots in North Carolina should and must have witness signatures. YouTube bans conspiracy theory content targeting individuals or groups. And in some news about cars, Manajan, Renault adds to their electric car range with a sportier model, and it's a beautiful looking car. Talks between India and China are going on and do not want to prejudge at this particular point in time, says Jaishankar. Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir are an integral part of India, and China has no locus standi, says the Ministry of External Affairs. In coronavirus updates from India, they are expected to have a COVID vaccine in the next few months, says Harshvardhan. In news about the Sushant Singh Rajput case, the CBI is calling reports about the case reaching a conclusion speculative and erroneous. And finally, Academy Award winner Bhanu Athaiya, who won the Academy Award for Gandhi, she passed away in her sleep last night. So more on all this coming right up.
And of course, Benja will give you more about this particular news headlines we share with you guys. At least whatever we could catch up on in the limited time that we have, we'll share with you guys, Benja. But if you want to catch the detailed stories about all these things, you can go and check it out on the news blog, MediaMahima.com. Once again, that's MediaMahima.com. Benja, abhi ke liye aapke liye pesh kar rahe hain gaane ka keeda for today, which is the Pagle Fikar Not from the movie Chichore, the late Sushant Singh Rajput's movie, which was this year's release. A very nice movie is what I've heard from everybody. I haven't seen it. If you want to watch it along with me, message me so I can join along with you, social distance, and watch it for sure. But this is the song for you guys in the voice of
Arijit Singh. Itam ka music hai.
And bowl of Amitabh Bhattacharya. That's why Bajaj brings Zindagi Hai short, but please be wise, wear a mask, social distancing, wash your hands as often as possible, disinfect for sure, and yes, have fun, but safely, Bajaj. Because Zindagi Hai short is short ko aur short mat karna, Bajaj. Rather, or short no dina. Short, I meant to say electric jolt, Fatwani. Short.
Oh.
बच्चन एक चीज करेक्शन आपके लिए देखो गलती सब लोग करते हैं सिंगर्स ना अरिजीत सिंह नकाश अजीज देव नेगी अमित मिश्रा अमिताभ बच्चन himself also Bhajan and Sriram Chandra all have sung in this along with Antara Mitra the female voice. Yes, Bhajan, Pagle, fikar or not, but at the same time, don't take the stance of Trump. Trump has an army of doctors tending to him. Though he's got COVID, probably he's well off. I hope nobody gets this situation of COVID any which way. Even if he's lying, I just don't want him to fall sick also. Love for everybody, empathy for everybody out there, Bhajan. Of course, fikar not, but tension mat lo yaar, aaram se. But make sure you actually are staying safe. Staying distant from all these, activities like, unhealthy activities, I would say. I don't know what unhealthy activities are, by the way, if you ask me that question, because I myself sometimes I'm known to not figure much about things. So I can't comment about Faltwadi. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the right person to be saying anything about safety measures.
Why?
I don't know if I follow it.
You don't? You don't wash your hands regularly?
Yes.
Do you wear a mask when you go out?
When I'm with people, yes.
Yes. Do you social distance when you're...
with people, yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my natural stance is all social distancing, as you know, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm 6 feet something, whatever tall.
Yeah, somehow
and I actually,
people always back away from it.
Yes, people back away because when they talk to me, they can't raise their head up, right? So they got to stand 2-3 feet away. Look at me in eye level that time. So it automatically happens. So prior to even social distancing, I've been social distancing anyways. And after social distancing, I think I prefer to maintain social distancing with some people for sure. Yes, please maintain it even after the.
So you're following all the guidelines. So don't worry about it.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I apply for being a president?
No.
I'm not naturalized citizen as yet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our news updates for you guys. Faltwadi, what's news? As in, we already know what headlines are. I really want to know what's the situation with COVID. I'm not bothered about the politics, Faltwadi. I don't want to know about the politics. And even our bandhus don't want to know politics anymore. They want to know what's happening with this COVID thing because it seems like everything's getting swept under the rug right now.
Well, what's happening is, Bandhujan, some European countries are reporting record high COVID-19 cases, prompting leaders to choose between two major drastic solutions. One, limiting local restrictions that would help economies open, but may not stop another wave of the virus. The second thing is a short national lockdown, which may be safer according to health experts, but could again shock economies. And UK's Boris Johnson is one of the few leaders who is trying to avoid the latter, where he has to go into a national shutdown. In the US, the Trump administration has indicated that they are open to natural herd immunity as a way to beat coronavirus.
Who? India?
No, UK. I mean, US.
US is
Trump is saying that we will go with natural herd immunity, which means basically that more than 70% of our population needs to get coronavirus. And an option that Dr. Fauci and many other experts are saying could be disastrous. It is going to be disastrous because why would you want to infect the rest of the population? I mean, it's like...
Well, his point is he's immune right now, right? So he's okay with it. I can beat it.
He's not... How do you know he's immune?
I can beat it so everybody else can. Who can't? I don't want you to be in this country. Leave the country.
No, it's this movement. Oh my God, it's so annoying. Anyway.
But I was thinking about it, right? Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Have you seen the postures pretty much similar?
I don't know about
that.
The
posture's pretty much similar.
Really?
He hides behind the suit though.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
He's actually taller than what you think he's taller. He's taller.
Okay, Altu Baba. But one thing that I do want to tell you, Bandhujan, is that the second wave is underway in the United Kingdom, and they recorded about 18,980 new cases of COVID-19 on Thursday, and 138 deaths of people who had tested positive for the virus within 28 days, government data showed. The daily cases figure was down from 19,724 a day earlier, while the number of deaths was still stable, is what they're saying. But the worry is that things are going to get worse. And London, which is the world's international financial capital, will enter into a tighter COVID-19 lockdown from midnight on Friday as Prime Minister Boris Johnson seeks to tackle a swiftly accelerating second coronavirus wave. Anger, though, is rising over the economic, social, and health costs of the biggest curtailment of freedom since World War about too. One former government advisor warned some people would have trouble clothing their children soon because of this particular pandemic, because they are closing parts of London down as well. So more on that story you'll find on MediaMahima.com. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. Joe Biden supporter Cindy Kalogoropoulos took no chances when her absentee ballot arrived on September 29th. She filled it out, drove 7 miles to the nearest drop box, and hung around to make sure election officials picked it up, all within 48 hours of receiving it. In neighboring Ohio, Biden backers Eric Jonard and his wife Abigail moved quickly too. But Democratic leaders have been urging Biden supporters to show up in huge numbers and vote early amid concerns that nothing short of a decisive victory will prevent Republican President Donald Trump from contesting the results, potentially opening the way for state legislatures, the courts, or Congress to decide the outcome. Telling voters to have faith in the democratic process while simultaneously acknowledging that a landslide may be the only way to oust a defiant incumbent is proving to be a delicate balancing act, more than a dozen Democratic Party officials and the Biden campaign advisors have told Reuters. So it looks like it's going to be a real fight, because Trump is touting that the election is rigged in the favor of Democrats.
Yeah, and the Democrats saying that Trump is trying to rig it.
And he is refusing to commit to ceding power peacefully if he loses, Banujan. So that's something that you want to catch up on. You can go to Media Mahima.
You know what's disturbing, Fatoni? The first headline we shared about the guns, sales of guns going up.
Yeah.
So kind of tells you either the militia is really arming up right now, or people are arming up because they know it's going to be chaos afterwards.
Well, yes, Alto Baba. In fact, people are arming up with guns right now because many people are worried about what's going to happen. People are saying that like legions of other first-time buyers who are contributing to record sales for the U.S. gun industry this year. There's a lady who's a single mother in New York, right? And she says, I have to have a gun because we don't know what's going to happen with people, militia out on the streets with, there could be possible civil unrest. So it's important that we need to arm up as well. With everything going on around us, you see a definite need, is what she's saying. And she's also part of a gun club. She's learned how to start shooting as well right now because of the fact that things are going the way they're going. It's really scary. Anyway,
question: will I buy a gun? I don't think so. No. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it.
Me neither.
I have very strong feelings about the Banujan. So if you want to ask me about it, you can message me. I can talk to you at length about it.
Yes, exactly.
Why? It's not needed.
Yeah. Well, in the meanwhile, let's tell you, U.S. Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris has cancelled travel plans through Sunday as a precaution after one of her staff members tested positive for COVID-19, the Biden campaign said in a statement. Harris, who the campaign has said tested negative twice for the coronavirus on Wednesday, is set to be tested again on Thursday and had planned an aggressive travel schedule in the run-up to the November 3rd election between her running mate Joe Biden and Donald Trump. She was scheduled to appear in North Carolina on Thursday, a competitive battleground state where early voting just started, and Trump is due to campaign there as well. But the campaign said it learned late on Wednesday that Harris's communications director, Liz Allen, and a flight crew member had both tested positive for the virus. Both traveled with the Democratic senator during a campaign trip in Arizona on October 8th. So they're taking precautions to make sure none of this gets out of hand. Let's also tell you a little bit more about the dueling town halls that's going to be happening, Banujan. NBC is getting a lot of grief for scheduling its town hall with President Trump the same evening that Joe Biden is going to be on ABC. Remember, Trump's coronavirus diagnosis led to the second debate being cancelled, and the Trump campaign rejected the suggestion of a virtual contest.
Yeah.
Well, the dueling town halls are going to be airing at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So you guys will have to have a split screen, basically, to see what each one of them is saying. As early voting continues, states are already smashing records. Harris County, Texas set a second-day voting record, and California, has received 10 times as many ballots as it did this time during the 2016 election. Meanwhile, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker, who is a Republican, says he will not support President Trump's re-election bid. I told you about Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. She faced the Senate Judiciary Committee one last time before her likely Senate confirmation in 2 weeks, which is going to be on October 22nd, while she again declined to say outright how she was going to be ruling on specific cases once on the bench. Barrett said Barrett and her Republican supporters promoted the idea that she would not be in favor of dismantling the Affordable Care Act or rolling back cases that define a constitutional right to contraception. During a testy exchange with Senator Kamala Harris about voting rights, Barrett declined to say whether she believes voter discrimination still exists in America. Today, the committee is going to be holding the fourth day of hearings with testimony from outside witnesses for and against Barrett's confirmation. There's also something else going on with regard to the banking situation. Bandhujan, the International Monetary Fund is predicting a long and uneven recovery from the pandemic, but some banks are still winning big. Investment banking giant Goldman Sachs reported huge third quarter gains, nearly doubling its profits to almost $3.6 billion. Wells Fargo is facing a different kind of problem. The bank has fired more than 100 employees for misrepresenting themselves to obtain money from a relief fund for small businesses. Those actions could amount to defrauding the U.S. Small Business Administration. In September, JP Morgan said it was investigating whether employees abused the Paycheck Protection Program loans and other pandemic relief programs. And in some disturbing news from China, Chinese President Xi Jinping has told troops to put their minds on preparing for war. He made the alarming comments during a visit to a military base in the southern province of Guangdong. China and Washington are on especially shaking grounds because of the disagreements over Taiwan and the coronavirus pandemic, and the White House recently announced that it was planning to move ahead with the sale of 3 advanced weapon systems to Taiwan, bringing the U.S. even closer diplomatically with the island country. Since China considers Taiwan a part of its territory, the weapons deal has definitely raised their hackles. So more on all this, Bandhujan, and also what's going on with the LAC border dispute and India's stance there, you can go to MediaMahima.com. That's all we have time for on this morning's Good Morning Bay. We'll be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Bandhujan, wait for us. We'll definitely be back tonight and we'll talk to you then. Till then, have yourselves a terrific Thursday.